You're listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage, presented by Sriram and Sunil KHANDBAHALE.
Pedaling Through Life, a father-son story of hope, faith, and connection. In a world racing at the speed of Wi-Fi, sometimes the best thing we can do is slow down, to feel the wind on our face, to listen to our own breath, and to rediscover the people who matter most. That realization led us, a father and a son, to set out on an almost 1,000-kilometer Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage across Maharashtra. It began as an adventurous idea and ended as a life-altering journey of faith, love, patience, and rediscovery. What unfolded over 8 days became far more than a ride. It became a spiritual passage, one that brought us closer to ourselves, to each other, and to the world around us. The spark that became a journey. It all began over a simple dinner conversation. Like most modern families, our days revolved around work, study, and screens. We were connected online, but slowly drifting apart in real life.
As an innovator and entrepreneur working in science and social research, my world often spins fast. But deep inside, I felt the need to pause, to reconnect with my son before time and routine carried him away into his own adult world.
I was a 20-year-old computer engineering student, busy with projects, friends, and campus life. I loved cycling, swimming, and music, but I never thought of combining those passions with spirituality. When Baba suggested, let's do a cycling pilgrimage to the 8 temples of Lord Ganesha, the Ashtavinayak, it sounded almost impossible, but something inside me said yes. And just like that, the thought became a plan. 2 bicycles, 2 backpacks, 1 shared dream. We weren't chasing adventure, we were chasing meaning.
When the road became a teacher. From Nashik to Pune, from Ranjangaon to Pali, every kilometer became a classroom. Every turn, a lesson. The beauty of cycling is that it forces you to slow down, to see, hear, and feel the world around you. The smell of freshly cut sugarcane, the sound of temple bells echoing through quiet villages, children shouting Ganpati Bappa Moria as we rode past their schools.
I realized how much we miss when we travel fast. The road, with all its bumps and blessings, teaches patience, humility, and gratitude, lessons no book can ever give.
Every day felt like an adventure. Once, an old man in Ozar stopped us and said, "You're riding to all 8 temples? May Bappa bless you." He invited us for tea and shared stories from his youth. At another village, a shopkeeper refused to take money for our tea, saying, "This is my offering for your pilgrimage." Elsewhere, temple trustees offered food and shelter. These moments reminded us the true soul of India doesn't live in cities, it lives in its people.
Parenting on the pedals.
I've always believed parenting isn't about instruction, it's about participation. On the road, we weren't father and son, we were a team.
Riding beside Baba changed my perspective. I saw that he wasn't just my parent, but also a learner, curious, passionate, determined. When he struggled on steep climbs, I cheered him on. When I grew tired, he reminded me to breathe and keep going.
Sometimes our conversations were just the rhythm of pedals, the hum of tires, the whisper of the wind.
I watched Sriram mature before my eyes. He grew calmer, more reflective, more connected to himself.
And I saw Baba in a new light, not as someone with all the answers, but as someone willing to explore, to fail, to grow. When his tire went flat near Pune, we laughed instead of complaining, pushing the bike together to the station. Later at Pali, when his tube burst again, a mechanic offered his own cycle so we could reach the temple.
That moment taught me divinity doesn't always live in temples. Sometimes it lives in the grease-stained hands of a kind mechanic.
Moments of magic and meaning. Every day brought something unexpected. Through the misty hills of Lonavala, clouds touched our faces like blessings. At a roadside stall, rain poured as we shared steaming cups of chai with strangers who became instant well-wishers.
My favorite moment was at Mahad's Varadvinayak temple. The lake was still, perfectly mirroring the temple. Baba said, "To see your true self, be still like this water." That line stayed with me.
At Pali, our final destination, temple trustees welcomed us with warmth. That night, we bathed in a hidden hot water spring nearby. The water felt sacred, washing away fatigue and doubt alike.
I looked at Sriram and felt deeply grateful. The journey had given me more than memories. It had given me a new bond with my son.
The ride home and what truly changed. The eighth day was emotional and enlightening. As we pedaled through Kasara Ghat beneath the morning sun, we realized we weren't the same two people who had left home 8 days earlier. The noise within us had quieted. The speed of life had slowed. What remained was peace.
When we finally reached home, I and my sister Rutuja were waiting by the door. I handed them ice creams we carried back and said, "We did it." Their smiles were worth every pedal we had pushed.
That moment, standing together, tired yet fulfilled, was the real darshan of our entire pilgrimage.
Lessons beyond the road. This Ashtavinayak ride wasn't just a cycling expedition. It was a mirror of life itself. Cycling taught us resilience. Parenting taught us patience. Spirituality taught us surrender.
Today's young minds are surrounded by information but starved for experience. They know the world through screens, not through touch, sound, or feeling. A journey like this reconnects generations and reminds us of what truly matters.
Every uphill climb felt tough, but the view at the top made it all worth it. Life is exactly like that. We learned that slowing down doesn't mean falling behind. It means noticing what you were rushing past.
That faith isn't about rituals, but about trust. And that love doesn't always need words, just shared experiences. A message for every family, cyclist, and dreamer. Take time, not tomorrow, not someday, today. Stop at schools along the way. Listen to teachers, empower students. They feel valued when you do. Ride, walk, or travel with your family. Talk to your children. Listen to them. Laugh with them. Give them stories no gadget can offer. Because the greatest inheritance isn't wealth, it's time, values, and shared memories. Cycling is more than fitness, it's freedom. It connects you to nature, to communities, and to your own inner rhythm. It teaches balance, not just on two wheels, but in life.
As parents, we try to shape our children's future with advice, but journeys like these shape both parent and child together.
I'll never forget what Baba said at the end. We didn't just visit 8 temples. We discovered 8 lessons: love, patience, courage, faith, humility, gratitude, simplicity, and joy.
And maybe that's what Lord Ganesha wanted us to learn all along. The journey continues. Our 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage ended where it began, at home. But something within us continues to move. The wheels stop spinning, but the rhythm of the journey still echoes in every sunrise, every smile, and every act of kindness we encounter. Ganpati Bappa Moria. The road goes on, and so does the journey within.
You've been listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage presented by Sriram and Sunil KHANDBAHALE. The journey continues. See you on the next ride.